told Swami that you were here.
I thought they were here.
दीदी जाना
And I thought they were joking when they said they were here. They both came to see the bookstore, but they weren't. They came to the bookstore.
They do not know the class?
I don't know. I guess they had.
Tell them.
The two of them. I guess they had to go. Yeah.
They means what?
I guess they had.
Many terrible.
Ted and
I know about Linda. She went to get my card.
I
Her birthday card?
Linda went to the car to get my birthday card.
Oh, your
But I don't know
birthday.
where Ted
This
is.
is Linda. Yeah.
There is Linda.
Birthday.
Where is Ted?
Ted went home. He's
Why?
coming tonight.
Oh,
I
he,
think
Oh. What was he doing here then?
He wanted to buy a little Shiva.
Oh,
mm.
I see.
Okay. Now let us go.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a beautiful card. Wow.
Mm.
Moksha,
Yeah.
yes. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I wanted to get her.
She's wishing me moksha.
Eh?
Linda. Happiness. The special wish for all the things that brings you happiness and moksha with a question mark
Mm.
and exclamation point.
Mm. Yeah. We all need moksha.
I know.
Right?
Right.
Mm.
Thank you. Very nice.
Okay.
They're not selling gift certificates anymore at the bookstore.
Eh? Which?
The bookstore doesn't sell gift certificates anymore.
Oh.
The bookstore used
Why?
to sell.
They used to.
But why? Oh, they have
Yeah, I
stopped.
know. I got one for Sukirta, and then I wanted to get one for Adrija,
But what happened? Why they don't have?
because Sarvadesha Prana said
It's too much work for her.
they don't. Volunteers don't know how to do them.
Too much work for them.
And not
Every,
enough people buy them.
see how much work.
How are
Okay.
you, Swamiji?
Good. I'm okay. Going on. Okay. It is good to go on. Okay. So let's start. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanam Gunaktu Saha Viryam Karavamahai Tejasvi Navadi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. So we were reading on page 202. So we read the other day that the 202 will start. No? We read the other day about the devotee on page 199. Page 199. So she's blocking you. You
Oh,
move.
no, I'm gonna move. That's fine.
Then you will see from long distance.
Okay.
199, yeah.
So what has been said the last 199, we have read that. That two will read fast on the running meaning, which we have all discussed the other day. The first 10 and 11 verses, owing to the evil influence of this Iron Age, Kali Yuga, men are likely to commit many sins, arising from the use of three things. One, prohibited material, residence in undesirable surroundings, and indulgence in evil ways with the body and the mind. These three abuses of this Kali Yuga. So being influenced by this, people are like that. So the Lord dispels all the such sins, all the three, and sinful tendencies. This tendency, not only the sin committed, but also the sinful tendencies. And when? Only when he manifests in the heart of a devotee to constant remembrance. Not for everyone, but for the devotee who is remembering God all the time, feeling the presence of the Lord within. For that person, this is the sin, and the sinful means all which negative to God realization, all the negative tendencies which naturally comes in the as an hindrance in spiritual path. God removes all those things, and also the finer thing which is the goes into the subconscious, that also he removes. Many people suppose maybe now free from alcoholic trouble, but the tendency remains there, still there, and any environment suitable, then they may get into it. So because the tendency, suppose those who have never have that tendency, so they will not be influenced that much. But one who have the tendency and with much effort tried to get out, and you got out. But that's why people sometimes, a alcoholic anonymous, they say, I am sober for 6 weeks. Then why? Why 6 weeks? Because after that again, there is a risk of my falling, but I am 6 weeks okay. It means 6 weeks before I was not. So this is the problem. But all this God can take care. When Girish Ghosh, this famous drunkard in the world, came to Ramakrishna, and Ramakrishna being God, seeing him and in constant touch with him, God removes all his drinking and the drinking tendencies, both. All the evil tendencies. He was a bohemian character person. He didn't commit such blunders which cannot be imagined. Every possible things he has done. But coming in touch with Ramakrishna, totally transformed. That's why he used to see, you want to know Ramakrishna is God? Look at me. What I was and what I am. And he was an embodiment of love for God and total transformation. And he influenced how many people to put towards God. Even the prostitutes, who in those days in Indian context, in the theatrical performance, the girls are not available from any normal household families. So to perform that, he has to go to prostitutes' quarters to bring those prostitute girls and train them as a training and giving them that teaching lesson to act, how to act, and they make wonderful movies, theatrical performances. And one such is done, but they all got transformed in touch of this Girish. And Girish used to bring them to Ramakrishna. Salute. And by the touch of Ramakrishna, they became the greatest saint. Even greatest famous actress of that time. And Girish has impacted such a way in the Indian theatrical area that any actor or actress want to perform, before entering into acting, there is a photograph of Ramakrishna. They will salute there and then go for that. Their life has done. So God can do that. That is the power. But for us, if He is not here, but by remembering Him, His holy association, His pure self will reveal into it, and that will wipe out all those tendencies. Just as a fire example, removes the stain found in gold owing to contact with other metals. So Vishnu, by his presence, removes all the evil tendencies in the yogis. Yogis means here those who are remembering God all the time. Now, next verse also we read. I consider as devotees even the asuras in a mood of anger and confrontation. I consider as devotees, that means they are devotees, I consider them as devotees, even who? The asuras, who in their mood of anger and confrontation fix their mind in the Lord. They don't love God, but out of anger, out of frustration, they hate God. With that hatred, even they are the devotees. Why? Thinking of God with hatred, even. That means you are thinking more intensely, is it not? Whom you hate, you think of him more intensely. Whom you love, you may forget. But whom you hate, day and night, underground. So that these devotees fix their mind on the Lord, the Master of the worlds. For they could see with their naked eyes the Lord Maha Vishnu, who is holding the welder of the discs, rushing at them on the neck of his eagle vehicle. Being united with Krishna in mind through enmity, these kings overcame their earlier sins, just as the larva abandons its old form and becomes a pesakrit, means a kind of wasp, by constant thought of it through fear. This is an example. So, now we'll go to the next verse. It is 12 and 13. 202. And the other book translated these two verses. Just as the fire causes the disappearance of the bad color of the gold due to admixture of alloy, so Vishnu, by his presence in the heart of the yogis, removes wicked thoughts. I think that the asuras are the devotees of Bhagavan, for they fix their mind, though full of anger, they fix their mind on the Lord of the three worlds. They saw Hari advancing towards them, riding on Garuda with a disc held in their hands. Therefore, the saints serve you who are beyond the powers of Maya. They have no other object in view than the remembrance of your lotus feet. That is the 13th verse we read. And now the 14th, what it says, the same idea is further exemplified in the words of Narada. As it is the style of this book, is quoting all the great sages. Previous was Uddhava, this is one Narada, they are the sages. What he says, kings like Shishupala, Pondra, Salva, these are names of violent non-believers, and they hated God, like Herod, the king Herod. Who is God? I am the Lord of the universe. No? So that the same person, same type of mentality. The king, their kings, they thought of the Lord always in mortal dread as their enemy, because they are so much frightful that God may be born at any point of time and can kill me. Out of fear, Herod said, "Oh, kill all the child." No? Similarly, Sisupal and others, Kongsho, they ordered all the children born within such period. If Krishna is born, he is born in that period to kill everyone. So a slaughtering of the children. What a violent action. Innocent children. So kings like them and others, they thought of the Lord always. How? Thought of the Lord always in a way as their enemy. In mortal dread. Be it while directed to him, meditated on him always, and they attained union with him. Psychology is that because in this way of thinking, you are constantly meditating. What is meditation? Meditation means you think and think and think. What you do in your meditation? You think of the holy image or holy presence of Ramakrishna, and again and again, it goes away, again you think. So you are getting absorbed in thinking of God again and again and again. And these people do not lovingly thinking, but out of fear, out of anger, out of frustration, they are thinking more intensely. So they are almost meditating, though not in the way of normal people do, but in the way of anger and hatred. Antagonism accompanied by mortal fear. Two things. First of all, antagonism. He is my enemy. God is my enemy. He is trying to control me. Why? I am the ruler. Who is greater than me? That is the fundamental idea of these people like kings. These kings named here. And the additional thing, I may be killed anytime. I will be destroyed anytime. So accompanied by the mortal fear can be such a driving passion in some exceptional souls. This seems to be the teaching. So, boirena, mane by animosity. Young Nipatanayo, these kings, Shishupala, Poundra, Shalla, Adayo, Goti Bilasa Bilokanadai. Their goti means the end of their gun into the. We see that they have achieved the highest dhyanto by meditating. Ahrito dhyate, their buddhi being concentrated. Sayano asanado, they have not translated here at all. Be it while now he has done. Sayano, while they're lying down in the bed. Asana means we are sitting. Sayana asana ado, that means playing, sleeping, etc. That time. Tasmat tat samyam apunar ruktodhiyang punah kim. Tat samyam apuranu uktodhiyang. Okay. What to speak of then, those who have loving devotion to him? If they by any angle of animosity and fear, they get to God realization. So when you love, why not you get the vision experience? And if you love, you get the joy of his communion. No? You can angrily fight with somebody, so it is a anger emotion comes, and it's a loving emotion comes. Loving emotion helps you in your better way, in bringing that good in you. So that joy, that's what to speak. Tasmat, therefore, tasmam Miyama, oh Baba, what is that? Hmm. This is 14, yeah. Bhagavat, Bhagavat Smita, Mitagno Mohe Bhavedyo no. What is this? Anyhow, don't, we are failing in explaining here. Right. So, note says remembrance of the Lord with all the energy of one's being, whatever might the motive or passion, or passion, directing that energy will result in his manifesting himself to the person concerned. Antagonism accompanied by mortal fear can be such a driving passion in some exceptional soul. This seems to be the teaching. So it is very important. This may not be there for everyone. Anyone and everyone it will not work. But some people of extraordinary good in their past, they thinking of God and this power of his God and the Lord, they get more embedded into the thought of God, and they can.
Like their hatred is so much wholehearted hatred that no attachment is there. Like even for Hiranyakashipu, his own son Prahlad, he doesn't have the attachment for son or wife or anyone.
Any selfish person is like that. It is
No,
nothing special.
So wholehearted.
Wholehearted. Yeah.
Love or hate. Then you can attain the goal.
So who has the wholehearted love? Find out.
Yeah, Sri Ramakrishna has wholehearted love.
Sri Ramakrishna has a what is to me? What that to me?
The same way he attained, and Hiranyakashipu had wholehearted hate, and he also attained.
Yeah.
No in between business like that. Whatever is wholehearted.
Yeah. So have wholehearted love or hatred. Get one or two.
Wholehearted, it has to be.
Yeah, not half-hearted. Yeah, not
Not
wishy-washy.
wholehearted
Not
indifference.
not wishy-washy. Yeah, you have to hate.
Strongly, like that.
Yeah. So all the senses. That's why Sri Ramakrishna also said, why the ego will go? Ego. How the ego will go? How we'll be free from our passions and things? What Ramakrishna said. Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda, when he was a young boy, he was troubled. He said, how can I be celibate? To keep absolute celibacy and passion. How to get over the passion. Sri Ramakrishna's suggestion, think of God. Give the turn. The force of the mind is going in one direction. Same force. Just digress it. The torrential rain coming down and flooding everywhere. Just put a dam and direct it, your channel. Your field will be getting watered, no? But overflowing everything means breaking the houses, and as it happened in Santa Barbara. So destroying the house, destroying the human property and all animals, even some human being. But if it is controlled, that control has its power. You can channelize. That's the same thing. What is spirituality? Digressing our lower tendencies. It was going this way, pull it up this way. Back gear, front gear. Give a direction. Change the direction. It is power. The same power. Don't blame it. Passion is not bad, but passion for God. So everything, kama, krodha, probably we may come soon like that. Some verses, they are beautiful. That you think of God in any way, whether it is a very spiritual or unspiritual way you think. That's why the love of God in so many way you can love God there. Yeah. So it is said that come. Mm. So the traffic was there, no? Traffic. That is the problem. Even though people want to come, but cannot. See, but traffic didn't stop her.
Thanks for your faith in me.
See, that's your reading. That there is some obstacle, but desire, if directed in a positive direction, it will take you force. Same energy. People are using in negative way, no? The same energy turned towards. People are creating new civilization, new buildings, new home for the homeless, this, that. And people are destroying the which house they have, they're bombing, they're killing, butchering. This is also going on. Force is the same, directed or misdirected. So this is directing towards God. Any of the thing, your human emotions can be directed. That's why 5 human emotions, which has been the 5 ways of worshipping God in the Bhakti school. Shanta, the attitude of seeing God everywhere. It's a flow of thought, trying to think that God is everywhere. Shanta. Dasya, I am the servant, O Lord. It's the emotion, human emotion. Dasya. Vatsalya, he is my child, I'll have to take care. No? Like a mom and dad for the child. Vatsalya. Shakya, a friendship, intense love for the friend, Shakya. And Madhura, the relationship, beloved and the lover. So, this is bad, this is good. No, in Bhakti school, all can be channelized, depending on who is fit for what. Individual can decide that, but that can be directed. It is not to chop off their head of the emotion. Ramakrishna is saying no. Ramakrishna said that direct that. The lady who had her nephew, and Ramakrishna said, think of God. She said, I cannot. I am my nephew. I think day and night of the nephew. When I want to think of God, nephew comes first. Then Ramakrishna said, okay, good. Then think that in your nephew is your Lord Krishna. So when you feed the baby, nephew, think you are feeding Krishna. See? You have to do nothing. Only add some emotion, spiritual emotion. Doing for whom? Same activity, only taking a different name. So that's the beauty of the Bhakti school. Vedanta will say, cut, chop the head at the beginning. Because, at a student, unless you are very rigid, you allow the child to play and dance and this and that. Elderly people can learn many things from the television, who have the wise idea, good, bad, and even in the bad they can learn something. But a child has no idea. If he gives up his studies and watches the movie and gets something, and then someone is gone, that's why we hear nowadays, many children learning, seeing in the movie, they take a gun and go and kill. It's for fun. So they have no sense of this utilizing the talent, in which way it will be better. So that's why in spiritual life also, as you are babies, there is a no, now you have to study, don't go for that. Now you be celibate, be God-centered at the beginning. And you mature, then you will see. But for Bhakti school, it is maybe for few people who can do that. That's why monks, true Vedanta students are very few. Saying I am Atman Brahman will not do anything. Because saying Atman and Brahman and I am body bound, all this body consciousness is so deep, at the same time I am Atman. No. Gita says, Dehavad bir avaptate. Those who have the body identity, for them the thought of the absolute God is not a path. It is very difficult for them to trade. But this path, bhakti, that's why bhakti is for generalization. That's why sannyas, brahmacharya, garastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, the four stages of life. Yeah? Some may take from the student life, takes the monastic life, bhava of sannyas. But that is the fourth stage. Those, a few who have that tendency, who have finished some karma in the last life, it may be for them. But the general masses, there is a path. That's why brahmacharya, then get married, garhastha, then get the experience of married life, what good, bad, and this, and then learn out of that. And then you feel that, oh, I have tested, let me try something. And then get the retired life, dedicate your life for God, 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 and then totally get absorbed into God. That is the sannyas. So, that is the uh, Sanatana Dharma has given this path. It is a holy path. Two paths, both are holy. But who is fitted to God? Let them choose their path. But question is that it should be centered around God. Now, the 14, this is the 14 verse. Why they are not matching? 15 has become made 14 here. That's why I am not getting. Therefore, the saints serve thee with who are beyond the powers of Maya. They have no other object in view of than the remembrance of the lotus feet. But it is not matching with this one. Acha, okay. Bhuyad. Now, let us go to the 15. What 15 says? The spiritual background of some of these cases of Vidvesha Bhakti. You need to remember Vidvesha Bhakti. What is that? Bhakti with animosity. Bhakti with anger. So that is the bhakti. Huyad, the spiritual background of some of these cases of Viddesha Bhakti is given in the words of Jaya and Vijaya, the two famous examples of this brand of devotion in the Bhagavad. So what is that? 15 verse says, you sages, Sanaka and the other Kumaras, have rightly punished us. Who is saying? You sages is going to the history. You have to go. That history has been said in the next page. Note, under the note. So what he says, the Jaya and Vijaya, those are two bodyguards of the Lord in the heaven. And the sages came to see the Lord Narayana. As a bodyguard, normally what happens, bodyguards are always like that. When Amrita was here, she is so good, but she will not allow others to get in. And make no, Maharaj is not available. All the bodyguards are like that.
Not as bad as her.
I don't say that. I don't say that.
Not as bad as her.
No. Many have the bad experience. They want to go to Swami. Somebody brought some nice food for birthday of Swamiji. She will not allow. This is monastery. You cannot enter. You are standing here. You are what? Ladies are not allowed in the monastery, she wanted to say. Standing in the monastery itself. True, it is true. She's saying true. But the point is that when on the birthday, that lady came late, so you should be compassionate, okay? He's caught in the traffic and he was almost begging. But anyhow, ultimately, Swamiji heard that voice and they said, oh, who is there? Bring it. So naturally, she did. But so bodyguards are always dangerous. Bodyguards will have exclusive position. My lord, I know what he's doing. You cannot do. I can stay here day and night, but you, no. Your 5 minutes, no. He will be trouble. He's resting. But you go and make him bakar. Make him do all these things. But others cannot do. I can do. It is my privilege. I am the God.
But for that, one has to be bodyguard. They can go talk, and if somebody else is coming, they can suddenly close the door in front
Yeah.
of that person's face.
Yeah.
Like that.
They do
Oh,
that
she
too?
made me one time Maharaj so nervous because I went with Sananda Maharaj to Risley and all this, and she happened to me. She made me so nervous breakdown. I really had. I had to get out of there and I complained
Really?
about her. Then they told me at that time I used to do the food platter for big puja. And then somebody said, Omrita will be there. I said, I cannot be there. I'll just faint or shake or something. I mean, she really made me
She loved Swamiji. Really, undoubtedly, she loved him, but at the exclusion of others.
No, it's
Many
not
times,
a question.
that is the difference between real love for anyone you love. Real love will be there. If I love someone, if anyone loves, I'll be happy. You love my Swami. Oh, come. I'll make friendship with them. But selfish love is that it is exclusive possession of mine. No entry of anyone. Anyone comes for 1 minute. Like the dogs. That becomes like that. It is a human weakness. And many people fall into the trap of that, and they don't know that they are not loving. That's not a sign of love.
Or there is another Reena, and she lives somewhere back east, and she visits with her husband. One time she happened to call in 4 o'clock in the afternoon, Sananda Maharaj's room, and that woke Maharaj up. Evidently, Maharaj told Omrita Reena called, and I didn't know anything about it. I was in front of everybody. She's screaming, Reena, you're not supposed to call at 4 o'clock. Wake up. I never called Swamiji at 4. I don't even have his number to call. Swamiji said, I said, I don't think so. It's not me. And then I got so
It's a
angry.
possessive. One side you see, one side of it is, I love Swamiji. Swamiji should sleep. 4 o'clock. And you call, not you, but anyone. You call, how dare? Huh? I have to protect Swamiji for 4 o'clock to sleep. 1 minute early, then his sleep goes. As if you have taken the whole responsibility of his spiritual life or his protection. But it's protective. But at the same time, it should not be hurting anyone. It should be you love someone means, if suppose you love someone really in anyone, see, look at Holy Mother. Holy Mother was bringing the food plate tray for Ramakrishna. No? Who loves more than Holy Mother? Ramakrishna. And when the other lady came, see the mother. That's why mother is mother. She immediately said, okay, give it. And as instantly she gave, because I am also serving, let her get the chance. And mother didn't question. And immediately she took and went and put only the duty, take the plate and put it in the place where Ramakrishna will eat in his room. And then you know the story. So Ramakrishna could not eat. Because that lady who brought that, mother gave it to, she was not very sad, that much pure, or maybe her past life is not so pure, that Ramakrishna's body mind was so sensitive, he could not touch those food. Then what happened then? And Ramakrishna was just not eating. Mother came after some time, as usual, when things that after half an hour you come, by that time he has eaten his food. But she came and saw the food is that way, it is getting cold. And she complained, why did you not eat? Well, you know that I cannot get food touched by anyone and everyone. That's my health condition. As we say, allergic, no? If I'm allergic, so what can you do? But why did you send? Then he said, oh, acha, theek ache, acha, today you eat. She was trying to avoid all this complication. And then Ramakrishna said, no. She is saying, oh, okay, whatever has happened, just come and sit and eat. Then he said, no, you tell me that you will never send such things again. You will never send such way food to me. What was the mother response? Ramakrishna, that's Holy Mother said, you are not only my Lord, you are the Lord of everyone. I cannot do that.
Oh, good for her.
Even she never denied Ramakrishna in any place. See the relationship, see the broadness. That is called service. That anyone, from my perspective, should be, they should get the chance. They should sit with, if I like sitting with this Ramakrishna, and others should get a chance. And look at the Holy Mother's situation. Every one day and night is occupying Ramakrishna. She do not get any chance excepting that is the only time to take the food plate, put it there, and if he wants to sit and eat, that time Ma may fan or sit with him, and just after finishing, take the food tray back. That is the whole day, 24 hours connection with Ramakrishna. And that mother is saying, I cannot say that I will not give. If anyone comes,
Calls me
you are
mother.
the
Calls me mother.
no, calls me mother. And also, you are mother is my side, but your side is you are the Lord of all, not by me. You are not my Lord only. You are the Lord of all. So these are the thing. It is to be learned that devotion takes to that level, real love.
And that is how she is like Sri Ramakrishna eternally, nobody else, in all the shrine, all over the world.
Hmm.
Why is that? Because she's like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. What?
What you give out, it comes back. So she gave, so much love to Ramakrishna.
That's why what he was saying, that Holy Mother did not get chance to sit with Sri Ramakrishna. But Holy Mother is always sitting with Sri Ramakrishna in all the shrine, all over the world, all the...
It does not depend on when I keep the photograph, then he is sitting. That way I am thinking. It is not that. Because you have kept a Thakur and Ma side by side, or Thakur and Ma is sitting there. No. They are united. Ramakrishna and Mother are the obverse and reverse of the same coin. Shiva Shakti. The eternal Brahman and the cosmic power. No? So they are always united. They cannot be. But don't depend on your putting side by side or this and that. We don't glorify God. We cannot give any sanction to God. Oh, Thakur, now you are worshipping this devotee's house, you are sitting side by side. Because you didn't get the chance, now you are getting. No. In the physical world, it is being taught. In the physical world, in the physicality, how many times mother could get a chance to see Sri Ramakrishna? So that is the sign of true love. So anyhow, the spiritual background of some of the cases of Desha Bhakti is given in the word of Jaya and Vijaya. The Jaya and Vijaya, they were possessive of the Lord. They were the guarding. And even I tell you, Ananda Prana Mataji was here. She used to so go to Swamiji, Swami Prabhupada. She was first, you have to go to her, and she will make an appointment with Swamiji. And some people, because she is taking the interest of Swami, some people are so upset with her, saying, no, you cannot do. Some may get it, and some may not. But many people are here, they are very angry with because she didn't allow us to go, and this and that, and I sneaked like this and that. Much stories are there. So the possessiveness is comes, but that is not good for any. And the punishment came here. Jaya and Vijaya, they have so much. What a punna, what a auspicious activity they have done, that they can be the guard in the Krishna, no? The Lord of the world. No, so you are fortunate that you are giving or you are being able to serve that a holy man. No, but getting that, don't get proud. I can allow, I cannot, I can dislike. You should be servant. Anyone comes, you go and report. This is come. What shall I do? So you should be just to obey what the master says. But our ego comes and then we disperse. That's a human nature. So that Jaya Vijaya, being really such elevated soul of their good karma, but they were in the heaven and they are in the guard of Narayana. But this, when these sages, Rishi Kumaras, they wanted a visitation with the Lord, and he said, no, Lord is resting now, you don't know. And then he said, begged, see, we have come, please allow, please allow. No. And then the 2 times or 3 times, we'll read that story here. But after rejection, they cursed. You will have to get the punishment that you are depriving us from this. They are sages, rishis, their words are true. So that's why they are to be born as Ravana and this and Kamsa, like that. So this is a very nice story. It is called that guarding the Lord, getting a good chance, but that may be a cause of your suffering. If you are arrogant and if you do something wrong, that reaction, you will have to pay the price of it.
But when Sri Ramakrishna is taking this, for example, in Belur Math, that time before 3:45, if anybody comes, they won't open the door.
They don't open is not the point. That is a different thing. But when Ramakrishna is there and you are the guard, your duty will be to say, such and such has come. That's all. It is his decision. You are for him. You are not the boss. You take the bossing ability. Does not Ramakrishna wake up at an odd time? Does not God calling upon, does not sleep come out? Their God sleeps. All these things are all, if you say in the physical level I am talking, if his God is in the physical level, you have to listen to him. And then not your ego. Your ego should not be there. You should be servant. Servant does not have any ego. That's the real servant. And that's why Seva, in the Vaishnava literature, there is a word Seva Aparadha. The fault, negative impact of service. Instead of creating a positive impact in your life, it can create a negative impact. Because you are misusing your power. You do not know. You are only to guard, not guard. You are only to be a servant of the master. So if that attitude is there, that will help you in spiritual growth. You're humbling every time and you'll be happy. Oh, this person is coming to my master. Oh, he's getting spiritual benefit. Oh, he was in such odd, difficult situation and now he has got out of bereavement. That person came with so much frustration and he's going with a smiling face. No. But if that should be the attitude of a service attendant, not that stopping him, go, what do you know with what pangs and agonies and sufferings they are coming to God. People come to God and to holy people for some reason. So their agonies, their suffering, it is, and he will decide. Why you are deciding for him?
So this is my
You sages, Sanaka and other Kumaras have rightly punished us. Ajay. That's why he says, you sages, or the 4 sages who cursed, that you are not allowing. Then 4 sages name as Suka, Sanandan, it will find Sanaka, Kumaras, eternally. We will read that. But this, he is saying, oh sages, the 4 sages, Sanaka and other Kumaras have rightly punished us, offenders against holy ones. I have offended you, the people who are holy. May it forever efface from us the tendency to insult holy sages. Holy people begging at your knees, any person coming, he is holy that time because he is coming to the God. Everyone becomes holy when he comes to God. No. His mind is really not the worldly mind anymore. His mind is charged with the holiness. So the very beautiful language that may it forever efface from us the tendency, not the insult. Insult we do, but the tendency to insult holy sages. Never ever I do. That's why you are correct in punishing me, punishing us, both of us. Arrogantly we are trying to do that, and I insulted these, you holy people. So your curse is a blessing for us. Why? That has taken away the deep-rooted impression, samskara in me to insult holy people. So by taking pity on us, who are being expelled from the supreme heavenly state, is it? They were in the heavenly space with Lord Narayana, and this curse said you are to be born in the earth. So taking pity, you are compassionate. He's saying you are compassionate. Though you have cursed me, but it is compassionate on us by being expelled from the supreme heavenly state to a life of darkness and degradation. Bless us so that we may not have the forgetfulness of ignorance resulting in the effacement of the remembrance of the Lord. That was the blessing. Okay, you are so great for our good to remove our deep-rooted samskaras, insulting holy people. You have thrown me and cast me to come to the ground, but only give me these blessings that I can remember God every split of my moment of my life. Remembrance, ignorance will be faced by remembrance of the Lord. So note, what note says? Who will read? Okay, Adriana read Jaya and Vijaya.
Jaya and Vijaya, who addressed the above prayer, were the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha.
It's simple.
The heavenly abode of Vishnu. When Sanaka and the holy Kumaras, the eternal boy devotees, went to see the Lord, these gatekeepers refused them admission and thus insulted them. Though the sages were not mentally hurt by their indiscreet behavior, they felt that these emissaries of
Vaikuntha
were not fit to be in their exalted position, but required for further purification. So they cursed them to the effect that they would be degraded as creatures in the lower scales of evolution. The
repentant emissaries
prayed for remission from the curse.
They begged, oh, please forgive us, forgive us. We didn't know, I have done, please forgive. After cursing, they were doing like that. And the sages?
From the curse, and the sages offered them a way of release. Taking birth as asuras, they would be endowed with a born antagonism to Vishnu and intense dread of him. The intensity of these feelings would make them focus their mind always on him. Thus, though remembrance, they could exalt their evil
exhaust
their evil karma in 3 births, in every one of which they would be killed by the Lord in his incarnations in forms appropriate to the attitudes of confrontation they had assumed. Accordingly, they took 3 successive births as fraternal pairs, titanic souls, noted for their power and antagonism to God, known in Hindu mythology as Hiranyaksha and
Hiranyakashipu, Ravana and Kumbhakarna, Shishupala and Danta Bhaktra.
So all of these guys were
the same Jaya and Vijaya. Understand this? The same Jaya and Vijaya being cursed by these sages, they are born in the earth. 3 times. See, once insulting. That curse was minimized, but minimized curse is 3 births. And 3 births, and they are born as these kings. And they're dual, 2 people. So 2 of them are born, in their names were the Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. They came together. Ravana and Kumbhakarna, they came together. And Shishupala and Dantavaktra.
Okay.
So these are the 3 times the same Jaya Vijaya in different bodies, they came to wipe out their karma and cursed by, see, dangerous. Karma theory is, I gave up my reading the Puranas when I was a young boy. My God, the
was scary,
punishment,
huh?
punishment is tremendous punishment. Even this is compassion. This is compassion. So give 3 births. You will be born 3 times. And see what happened all the life of these people. 3 times. Only this much commission, possessiveness and arrogance. Stop this. They're a highly spiritual person. It is said that when you become highly spiritual, you should be very careful. No, in a white dress, 1 drop of ink, it shines very heavily. And if it's a dirty dress, you put more ink, it will be almost invisible. So those who are becoming pure, dangerous thing, you are committing dots there. It's so conspicuous. See, I sometimes forget, oh my God, I don't want to read these stories because if this leads to that much suffering, this leads to so much. And in Bhagavata and in Mahabharata, you will find plenty of such examples. He did this, and as a punishment, he was born like that and going to this suffering. Oh my God, listening that story, I got frightened. I gave up that. That's the Vedanta is better. Mahavishnu destroys them in turn in his incarnations as cosmic boar, as man lion, and Rama. In 3 incarnations. God has to come three times down. 3 times God came down, one in the incarnation as a cosmic boar. Hindu mythology says God came in the form of a huge boar to protect the whole universe. Man lion, Naro Singha. Nrisingha means Naro Singha. Naro means human and Singha is the lion. Half lion, half man. And then 3rd one was the Rama as Krishna, and Rama and Krishna. And thereafter they got back to their place in Vaikuntha. Okay, those who will read, I'll admit it, those brought up in Hindu religious tradition accept these accounts as literal facts. Others may not. Such examples of Vidvesha Bhakti are exceptions and not the general rule. We never come across such examples in life, and however much the psychological principles involved may be acceptable, it is of no use in the practice of devotion. That means don't go to practice this bhakti, devotion, with hatred. There, he is talking about that. These are exceptional people who worship God with hatred, and they realize as Kangsha, as this, and they saw God because God has to come down to kill them. So he's interacting with God. So you should not practice that path. Rather, you follow the path of devotion, real devotion. It is of no use in the practice of devotion. So Sandilla and Narada, the sages, the authorities on the bhakti, have not given importance to this type of attitude in formulating their theory of devotion. It is to be noted that in Christian mythology also there is parallels to this, though it has no devotional implication. Satan was one of the archangels of God. He revolted against God and lost his place and became a Satan, the great enemy of God, seducing his creatures. Even Satan is troubling in the whole Christian world, believes in Satan, parallel force, fight with God. God is trying to do good, Satan is trying to do evil. Satan is ever in confrontation with God, but unlike Jaya and Vijaya, he has no contrition and is ultimately condemned to eternal hell. One wonders how Christian thinkers fail to recognize that one's antagonism to God involves remembrance of Him and should ultimately work out one's salvation. That's a beautiful aspect of this Bhagavad, that even you have anything, but if you place it to God, God is such a pure source. Touching that, you become pure. It is like what you call the philosopher's stone. Philosopher's stone is such, you touch any gold, any iron, it transforms into gold. So God is that philosopher's stone. So you think whichever way, with love, with devotion, with knowledge, with japa, with prayer, but with remembrance is the emphasis here. By remembering God, one will get rid of it. Okay?
Thank you, Swamiji.
Okay, Jai Ma.
Thank you very much.
14.
Devotion is a wonderful path, just like devotion is a wonderful path, just like Vedanta.
Of course, devotion.
This is
Thakur practiced what?
powerful.
No. Thakur practiced what? He first practiced only the path of devotion.
Oh.
Look at that. Ramakrishna's first practice was that. But he said that don't be one-sided. Keep Vedanta as also this bhakti. Then you will be perfect. It is the best solution is that. Okay, so let us go and get a cup of tea. And the Swami is there. Swami, what is that? That Tyagananda Swami, yeah. Boston, yeah.
Okay, Swamiji.
Jai Thakur. চলুন,